And that first June, I won my first nationals. Went to my first World Championships, placed 6th at my first World Championships, won my second nationals the next June, and placed 4th in that World Championships. And then on my third World Championships, you know, I ended up placing 1st. And so it's not a matter of, you know, a disability, it's a matter of mind. And if you want to overcome something, you can. Even though I'm an above knee amputee, I don't use it as a crutch to keep myself from competing with regular people. I don't use it as an excuse to...
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The business session will begin in 7 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The business session will begin in 7 minutes. Thank you.
Having a disability just means, you know, it's just a little bit harder than, you know, than the average Joe. So it's not going to stop me from doing what I want to do. It's not going to stop me from accomplishing what I want to accomplish in life.
DAV gave me hockey, and hockey gave me my life back. My name is Christy Gardner, and I'm a veteran. I was a sergeant in the U.S. Army. I was injured on a mission overseas. Originally, the doctor said I would never walk or ride a bike or bathe alone or live independently. Yeah, it was devastating at first, but my dog has given me my freedom back. I've got her by my side. I can have the courage to go about daily life without worrying about my health. And then I met other veterans through events sponsored by the DAV. DAV sponsors us as a sled hockey program. Even though I'm missing a leg, I can still go out and play hockey, be competitive, actually excel at something and be good at something again. I'm a veteran. My victory is having my battle buddy by my side.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The final business session will begin in 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The final business session will begin in 5 minutes. Thank you.
Go. We'll cue you. When your speech is finished. Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, the convention will come to order. As a reminder, once again, we ask that everyone in attendance please turn off your cell phone or portable device or put them in vibrate. In opening this afternoon business session, it is fitting and proper that we render the proper respect to the flag. Hand salute. 2. We will now be led in prayer by Chaplain Dover.
Thank you, Commander. Good afternoon, everyone. Let us pray. As we stand in unity, we ask for your blessings upon this meeting, that we may sense anew our responsibility as members of this great organization. Amen.
No, I'm not going to make you stand. Again, as a reminder, in order for a delegate to be heard at this convention, you must be recognized by the chair. Only those delegates at a microphone will be recognized. Upon being so recognized, the delegate must state his or her name, chapter number, and the state they represent. I would like to remind everyone that registration of delegates is now closed. I will call upon Chairman Warren Tobin for the final report of the Credentials Committee.
Comrade, Commander, delegates, this is the final report of the Convention Credentials Committee, and it reflects the total registration as of 10 o'clock a.m. on August 3rd, 2016. There are 1,123 delegates and 79 alternates registered, which includes 37 departments and 397 chapters. There are 7 national officers present, 22 national executive committeemen, and 14 past national commanders currently registered. The total vote is 7,933. At this time, I would like to extend my thanks to the committee members and to its advisors. Comrade Commander, that completes the final report of the Credentials Committee. On behalf of the committee, I move for its adoption.
Thank you, Warren.
Thank you, Commander. Appreciate it.
You've heard the motion. May I have a second?
Mike 2.
Mike 2.
Deborah Olson, Department of Massachusetts, Chapter 85, seconds that.
Thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So ordered. Now, I will ask Dan Stack, Chairman of the Nominating Committee, for his report.
Comrade Commander and delegates, the National Convention Committee on Nominations of National Officers was called to order for its first business session on July 31st, 2016, by committee advisors Jean A. Murphy and Richard E. Marbs. The first order of business was the election of a convention chairman, and Dan Stack was elected as chairman, and Joseph Kaufman of Pennsylvania was elected as secretary. The chairman then appointed Joe Litzinger of North Dakota as the sergeant-at-arms. The Committee on Nominations met on Sunday, July 31st at 5 p.m., and then again on Monday, August 1st at 3 p.m. The committee met again today at 11:35 a.m. to review and interview more candidates. We have elected the following individuals that we recommend for national office. For the office of National Commander, David W. Riley from Alabama. For the office of National Senior Vice Commander, Delphine Metcalf Foster of California. For the office of National First Junior Vice Commander, Dennis R. Nixon from Texas. For the office of National Second Junior Vice Commander, Stephen Whitehead from Minnesota. For the office of National Third Junior Vice Commander, Donald Day from New York. For the office of National Fourth Junior Vice Commander, Andrew H. Marshall from Florida. For the office of National Chaplain, Michael P. Dover from Georgia. And for the office of Judge Advocate, Michael E. Dobneier from North Dakota. Comrade Commander, this completes the report of the Committee on Nominations of National Officers. On behalf of the committee, I move the adoption of this report.
Thank you, Dan. I will now call for a second that the report of the Committee on Nominations of National Officers be adopted and that the committee be discharged.
Mike 1,
Mike 1.
Dr. Alba, Chapter 6, California. So seconds the motion.
Thank you very much. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So ordered. You've heard the report of the Committee on Nominations of National Officers, and they have nominated David Riley for National Commander. Here to second the nomination is retired Command Sergeant Major Bill Baker.
I'm Bill Baker from Chapter 9, Sweet Home, Alabama, and I second that nomination. Come on, Alabama, let me hear it. Thanks for the love. I'd like to take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about Dave Riley. Adelaide Stevenson once said, "Patriotism is not a short, frenzied burst of emotion, rather the tranquil and steady dedication of a lifetime." This best describes my friend, David W. Riley. I had the pleasure of meeting David through our mutual interest in the disabled American veterans. You see, I was the 4th District Commander for the Department of Alabama, and Chapter 7 was hosting our district meeting. What a surprise to find that Dave Riley led that coordination for our meeting to be held at Coast Guard Station Mobile. I'm sure most of you were as amazed as I on your first meeting with Dave Riley. This former Coast Guardsman, rescue swimmer, who's lost both arms and legs, coordinated the best meeting I've ever seen held in Alabama. And we're looking forward to going back to the Coast Guard station. Let me share with you a few of Dave's accomplishments. You got to remember now, Dave needs an extra set of arms and an extra set of legs to do these things, But he's completed both a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in computer information. He started his own computer systems contracting company, served as the Chief Information Officer of the Coast Guard Aviation Association. Elected to the national line in 2002, he currently serves as our Senior Vice to the National Commander. Was selected as the Outstanding Disabled Veteran of the Year for 2010, the first Coast Guardsman to ever hold that award. Continues to serve as the Chapter and Department Service Officer and volunteers in our community-based outpatient clinic in Mobile. He's held a succession of chapter and department offices, including Department of Alabama Commander. He is the recipient of the U.S. Coast Guard Red Raggers Distinguished Service Award, the first Coast Guard non-commissioned officer to receive such award. Thank you. Dave has attended the last 6 DAV VA Winter Sports Clinic, where he has been a participant and a mentor. He's a mentor to his fellow veterans, especially those that are amputees. This is my personal opinion. The business of the DAV is Dave's life's passion. He's continued to support and promote our mission as part of Dave's promise to aid and assist America's injured and ill veterans and their families wherever he can find them. Dave understands the value of our organization because of what the DAV has given to him and his family. Because Dave is a quad amputee, he does require additional assistance, especially with his travel. And he is very fortunate to have his best friend, and as of August 10th, and wife of 29 years by his side. During his time on the national line, Yvonne and Dave had traveled both nationally and throughout the state of Alabama to increase awareness and participation in the programs that help assist injured and ill veterans and their families. You see, in Alabama, we call that a twofer. You hire one, you get 2 workers. I want to close by using Dave's own words about his journey in the DAV. The recognition I have received from the DAV at the chapter, state, and national levels has sometimes seemed overwhelming. However, I found that each level, there's a kaleidoscope of professionals, each of which brings a unique skill set, new ideals that allows me to continue to grow. And in my knowledge and understanding of this very diverse organization and the many programs that it supports. It's because of what the organization does for disabled American veterans and their families every day that I want to lend my talents and time to serve my fellow veterans and dedicate my life to this cause. I stand before this convention today to encourage each of you to rally for Riley as our next national commander.
Thank you, Bill. The chair will now call for any further nomination for the office of National Commander. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? If there are no further nominations, I close the nomination and declare David Riley elected as National Commander and instruct the National Adjutant to cast 1 unanimous ballot for his election.
I, Mark Burgess, National Adjutant of DAV, hereby cast 1 unanimous ballot for Dave Riley for the office of National Commander.
The nominating committee has nominated Delphine Metcalf Foster for the office of National Senior Vice Commander. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? If there are no further nominations, I close the nominations and declare Delphine Metcalf Foster elected as National Senior Vice. The nominating committee, thank you. I'm gone. The nominating committee has nominated Dennis Nixon for the office of National First Junior Vice Commander. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? If there are no further nominations, I will close the nominations and declare Dennis Nixon elected as National First Junior Vice Commander. Thank you. The nominating committee has nominated Stephen Butch Whitehead for the office of National Second Junior Vice Commander. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? If there are no further nominations, I will close the nominations and declare Stephen Butch Whitehead elected National Second Junior Vice Commander. The nominating committee has nominated Donald Day for the office of National Third Junior Vice Commander. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? If there are no further nominations, I close the nominations and declare Donald Day elected National Third Junior Vice Commander. The nominating committee has nominated Andy Marshall for the office of National Fourth Junior Vice Commander. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Sound like you're scared back there, Florida. Maybe while I got the body here, I should succeed myself. If there are no further nominations, I will close the nomination and declare Andy Marshall elected as National Fourth Junior Vice Commander. The nominating committee has nominated Michael E. Dobmeyer for the office of National Judge Advocate. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? If there are no further nominations, I close the nominations and declare Michael E. Dobmeyer elected as National Judge Advocate. The nominating committee has nominated Michael P. Dover for the office of National Chaplain. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? If there are no further nominations, I close the nomination and declare Michael P. Dover elected as National Chaplain. I will now instruct the National Adjutant to cast one unanimous ballot for these offices.
I, Mark Burgess, National Adjutant of DAV, cast one unanimous ballot for Delphine Metcalf Foster of California for National Senior Vice Commander, Dennis Nixon of Texas for National First Junior Vice Commander, Stephen Butch Whitehead of Minnesota for National Second Junior Vice Commander, Donald Day of New York for National Third Junior Vice Commander, Andy Marshall of Florida for National Fourth Junior Vice Commander, Mike Dobmeyer of North Dakota for National Judge Advocate, and Michael Dover of Georgia for National Chaplain.
Thank you, Mark. At this time, I would like to call on National Commander-elect David Riley for remarks.
Afternoon. First, I want to express my deepest thanks and appreciation to Moses McIntosh. Serving with you on the national line is an honor, and I want you to know that I believe our organization is a great place because of your leadership. The position of trust our members have placed in me is a distinction I will never take for granted. Moses, thank you for your mentorship, friendship, and for an incredible year of service as National Commander. I'd also like to thank Adjutant Mark Burgess for his leadership and for the work he and his team have done alongside our members for crafting the opportunity we have to build upon our legacy. I've been blessed throughout the years to have great mentors. I had originally invited some Coast Guard members. They must be on a SAR case because they won't be here till tonight. But I would like to recognize my family who's sitting in the front row. Major General William H. Riley, my father. My mother, Patricia. My daughter, Kaylin. And Krista. And my wife, Yvonne, who most of you already know. I don't know, I can't hear you. All right, the 8th District, I want to also thank you. Without your help, I would have not made it here. Please stand and be recognized. Our people from Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Tennessee. Oh. I completely forgot to recognize my son, Logan. Others, like Commander McIntosh, Ron Hope, Chad Richmond, Bill Baker, and Adjutant Burgess, have encouraged me and inspired me to better serve the organization. Since my injury, I've made a conscious attempt to reach out younger veterans with similar injuries to try and mentor and help them through the road I've already traveled. They too are in my thoughts and in my heart as I speak with you today. I think it's important to tell everyone about my goals in representing the DAV. First, and most importantly, we will continue to provide a lifetime of support to veterans and their families. Our services, provided at no cost to veterans, are our beacon. That's the heart of why we exist. DAV service officers and our volunteers on the front line are the foundation of what we do. We will continue to be the leading voice for the unique issues concerning our sisters in arms, our returning female veterans. We will march forward with new innovations surrounding the needs of returning veterans and their search for meaningful employment. With Adjutant Burgess's help, it's my intent to continue the fight on behalf of veterans currently being left behind. Our veterans who are injured prior to 9/11 are not entitled to the same caregiver benefits as those injured after the current law. But we will not rest until that is changed. During the coming year, we must remain a powerful force of advocacy for veterans. We'll make every effort to keep the promises made by our country to the ill and injured veterans and their families to ensure that they receive the benefits they've earned and deserve. We must continue to use the voices of our 1.3 million members to plainly tell lawmakers that we expect them to fully fund the VA to provide health care and benefits veterans have earned. When a man and a woman raises their hand and says, "Send me," when our nation calls, no one here knows better than us that they're writing a blank check to our country. The ultimate payment could be their lives. For those who've sacrificed for our country and their survivors, we must insist on a strong VA and healthcare system to meet their needs. When our nation's bravest return changed for military service, DAV is here to help shoulder the load. We ensure veterans do not get left behind. I intend to continue addressing subjects like access to quality health care, accurate and timely disposition of disability claims, and improving programs that strengthen the lives of veterans and their families. DAV, beyond any measure, is the absolute best veteran service organization in the world. That mission is accomplished through our service offices, chapters, and volunteers. But I must thank the National Executive Committee, the DAV Board of Directors, our professional staff members, and our partners in the auxiliary for providing the strength needed to accomplish our mission. I have confidence in each of you, and I will count on your support and expertise as we continue fighting for veterans and their families. I'm depending on you as colleagues and fellow veterans to help us all succeed. You have my deepest thanks for your continued work of service and advocacy for veterans and their families, and I hope you join me as we continue to move forward. May we continue to succeed in our sacred mission. May God bless the DAV, who we represent, and may God bless all of y'all. Thank you very much.
Stay there. Stay there. At this time, I'd like Dave Raleigh family to the stage. Sorry, I just brought you up here for a quick photo op. At this time, National Senior Vice-elect Delphine Metcalf Foster, front and center for your remarks.
Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank God for my life. I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank the nominating committee for having the trust in me to continue the work that I have done with the DAV in the last 26 years. I'd like to thank my family, my daughter and my son-in-law that's here today, and my daughter that had a heart transplant that was not here today, but I know her prayers are with me. I'd like to thank our leadership under the direction of Mark Burgess and headquarters staff for always being there for me. And of course, I want to hear from my state of California. I'd like to thank you. Okay, all right. Thank you. I will continue, as I stated, with my work that I have started with the DAV on fulfilling the promises of the men and women who have served with respect and dignity. I love you all. Anything that I can do for you, please let me know. And I want you to know, Commander Riley, I have your back and all the line officers also. Thank you.
Wave at the crowd. At this time, will Delphine family please come to the stage? That includes you too, Kurt. Come on. Next, our National First Junior Vice Commander, Dennis Nixon. Will you please come to the stage? You know, I thought everything was supposed to be bigger in Texas or louder in Texas, but y'all sounded real weak.
Good afternoon. What Delphine said, ditto. Thank you. No, I want to take this opportunity to thank the nominating committee and most importantly this entire delegation for the confidence they show in electing me to this office. I most certainly appreciate Moses and Mark, Barry, Gary for their guidance and leadership. But I want to especially recognize the Texas delegation and my wife, Maxine. Thank y'all. And I do want to echo what Delphine said. If there's anything I can do for any of you at any time, you just let me know. Thank you very much.
At this time, I'll ask Ms. Nixon to come to the stage. Where's she at, Dennis? I didn't believe you just rolled your wife under the bus. Do I need to put it in reverse? Thank you, Dennis. Again, congratulations. At this time, I want to ask my national second junior vice commander-elect, Stephen Butch Whitehead.
Well, just like Delphine and Dennis said, ditto, but Dennis beat me to the punch. Thanks, Dennis. But I truly want to thank my huge family that's out in front of me for truly believing in me and everything I want to do for this great organization. I would not be here if it wasn't for each and every one of you here. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you do for our veterans and their families. My wife had to go home early today for lovely work, so I'm thanking her so everybody here can remind her next time you see her that I did thank her. But also, our great state of Minnesota, 14th District, thank you for everything you have done for me. I really, really appreciate it. Commander Riley, you need anything, don't hesitate to call. You have a great line. We're here for you, and we're here for you, each and every one of you. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to ask the National 3rd Junior Vice Commander-elect, Donald Day, to the stage.
First, I'd like to thank everyone here because DAV is a membership organization, and without the leadership who is here right now, well, the clock just wouldn't tick. I'd also like to thank the nominating committee for taking a good hard look at the record, because what you've done in the past and what you're doing in the present is a true indication of what you'll do in the future. Now I'm going to the Empire State. New York, District 2, it's you. You saw this through. I'd like to thank my family. Both of my grown children are not here because they finally got a job. But truly, there's always that one person in your life, and in mine, 5 days ago, she became my bride of 35 years, my wife, Jamin. And let's just always keep in mind who and what we're doing here. We're working for our disabled veterans and their families. Thank you.
I'd like to ask Ms. Day to come forward to the stage, please. Come on. Next, I would like our National 4th Junior Vice Commander-elect Andy Marshall, front and center.
Good afternoon. I am overwhelmed. First, I'd like to thank the person who, after it was decided I would seek this office, who stood behind me and encouraged me, my wife, Susan. All right. I'm very fortunate enough to have two gentlemen go to your district meetings and the nominating committee with me. And one of them was my campaign chairman, Jim Sersley, past national commander, and past national commander Albert Linden. Thank you. And of course, the best department in the country, Department of Florida. All the other officers have been elected. Anything I can do for you, let me know. David, I will strongly support you to get that law overturned to ensure caregivers are for everybody. All right. And I will commit to you that I will remain steadfast to DAV's mission statement of providing high-quality lives to allow veterans to lead them with respect and dignity. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander. I love you, Andy. Go on and get your picture taken. I love what you write. Susan, you already was thinking what I was thinking. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Susan. Now, I would like to call our National Judge Advocate, Michael E. Dobmeyer, to the stage.
Sandy, you better start up here now. I have to explain this. She gets a new knee when we get home, so she's having a little trouble getting around. But I'm here to tell you this doesn't get old. But nobody up here takes it for granted. We work together to make things better for veterans, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it. Thank you all for your confidence. Thank you to the 14th District for your unending support. And Commander Dave, we got your back, we got your sides, and if necessary, your belt loop. Thank you.
Wait, let me get Sandy. I'd like to ask Sandy Dobmeyer to come to the stage. Oh, you fast. Thank you, Mike and Sandy. Now, Georgia's own. You know, after that big party last night, that's kind of embarrassing. 9th District own. National Chaplain Michael P. Dofer.
Commander Riley, just a preface to the year that we're going to have. When you assign your chaplain to do something, I don't know what's going to come out of his mouth. So good luck with that. To the nominating committee, I appreciate your trust and confidence in my abilities. And I want to personally thank my friend and immediate national past commander, Moses McIntosh, who opened the door for me, saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and here we are. You have one more year with me, and I'm sorry. My wife could not be here tonight because she, in all seriousness, is bedridden, and my orders to my 30-year-old son and 35-year-old daughter was, before I left to come up here, was that your mother will want for nothing. And I've been calling her day in the morning and in the evening to make sure she's doing okay, and she got out of bed about for 3 hours yesterday, and she's got physical therapy. I'll be taking her to tomorrow. I wish she was here. She had intended to come. But for those of you who have been praying for her and have told me so, thank you so much. And thank you for the love and care and encouragement you have given me during this time. I appreciate each and every one of you. And in talking with you during this time, I have learned some valuable lessons. And the first lesson is, I'm not as old as I look on that banner. And the second issue is, you have another year to allow me to practice not being so shy, and I'm going to try to overcome that. Thank you very much, all of you. Commander, I love you.
Thomas, you still interviewing for a chief of staff job? By the way, I want to introduce my chief of staff. He wasn't here when I introduced my officer of the day and my sergeant at arms. He was missing in action. Stand up. At this time, I will entertain a motion to discharge the Credentials Committee. Do I hear a motion?
Mike 1.
Mike 1.
Dr. Raba, Chapter 6, State of California, does so motion.
May I have a second? Mike 2.
Sidoris, Senior Vice Commander, the great state of Minnesota. I would second that motion.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So ordered. National Adjutant Burgess, will you please read the list of newly elected National Executive Committee members?
The following members have been elected to the National Executive Committee for the 2-year term, 2016 to 2018. District 2, Chester Wisniewski of New York. District 4, Jim Copley of New Jersey. District 6, Idalis Marquez of Puerto Rico. District 8, Johnny Carver of Tennessee. District 10, James Dempsey of Michigan. District 12, Al Reynolds of Illinois. District 14, David Valtinson of Minnesota. District 16, Michael Steinball of California. District 18, Richard Walker of Nevada. And District 20, Percy Spence of Texas.
Believe it or not, this concludes today's agenda. Mark, do you have any announcements?
As a reminder to all the National Executive Committee persons, including those newly elected that we just read off, the National Executive Committee will meet immediately following adjournment of the convention in just a few minutes in Regency 6, ballroom level on lower level 1. We will meet immediately concluding the adjournment of this convention. A swearing-in ceremony will be held at that time. NEC alternates should also attend this swearing-in ceremony. The Board of Directors will meet immediately following the NEC meeting in Regency 7, ballroom level on level 1. The presentation of national officers will begin at 6:30 this evening, right here in the Centennial Ballroom, followed by dinner. So come, enjoy, meet the new line officers, and have a great time.
I will call on Chaplain Dover. Will you please lead us in the closing prayer?
Ladies and gentlemen, let us pray. Heavenly Creator, help us to remember that freedom does not automatically perpetuate itself, that we have to work at it, nurture it, protect it, and pray for it. Let us be ever mindful that freedom needs our attention and our cooperation. Be with us now as we go about our daily lives, and let us never forget to reflect your loving kindness on all those whom we meet. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Retire the colors. Before we adjourn, I want to personally recognize the Hall County Honor Guard for an outstanding job. Ladies and gentlemen, the 95th National Convention of the Disabled American Veterans is now adjourned. We'll see you next year in New Orleans.